National BBC Radio 5, 909 and 693 AM.
Hello to you and welcome along. It's the BBC's bright, shiny new network with the BBC's slightly tarnished old presenter. It's Martin Kelner with you till 20 to 8 this evening. Well, sport this evening comes from Split in Yugoslavia. It's the European Athletics Championships and our man John Rawling is there. And to help us launch our humble little programme today, we've sent Mark Curry up in a helicopter. Well, why not? Unless we can do anything about it. In the interim, he'll be coming down at various spots throughout Britain. And let's catch up with Mark now at his first halt.
Martin, have a guess where we are. Yes, you've guessed it. We're on the centre court at Wimbledon. No, we are in fact at Brands Hatch. A very glamorous day is planned because I'm supposed to be getting in the Radio 5 helicopter and flying all over the place. First stop is Weymouth, and I'd like to say that above me, the Radio 5 helicopter is hovering, but unfortunately all I can see is fog. We're going to get in a taxi and go onto an airport, pick up the helicopter and then fly over to Weymouth and then on somewhere else and on somewhere else. So, wish us luck and hope the fog lifts. See you later.
Yes, indeed. Good luck, Mark. Watch out, Weymouth. More from Mark in that distinctive green Radio 5 helicopter a little bit later on. Music tonight from, amongst others, the Beatles, Joni Mitchell, Joe Jackson, Hue and Cry and Van Morrison. There he goes. That's Van Morrison on the bright side of the road. A very good evening to you. It's 20 minutes to 5 o'clock, and we're awfully excited here. It's the BBC's brand new network, BBC Radio 5, the only network to bring you the Wiggly Park Rangers. I don't know if you're listening to that this morning, but I tried to get the kids to listen to it because it's the children's programme that's on in the morning, the Wiggly Park Rangers, and it's very good. I've got several children at home, a few of which are mine, and other names of them escape me at the moment, but we tried to listen to the Wiggly Park Rangers this morning, and it's well worth a listen. That's on about 11:15 in the morning. Now, for tonight's programme, well, very soon. If you want to give us your opinions, by the way, on Radio 5, you can do. We have phone lines open now. It'll cost you the cost of a local call, wherever you're ringing from in Britain. It's 0345 045 045. And if you want to record your impressions of this first day of Radio 5, also various other issues that we'll be raising later on, you might want to take up as well. But for the time being, you can. 0345 045 045. Later in the programme, we'll look at firsts, as it's our first week of broadcasting on BBC Radio 5. We'll be looking at various things, like the first clothes you bought, the first record you bought, the first book you bought, or whatever. Tonight we look at clothes, the first clothes you bought. What were the first clothes you bought? You might want to respond to that as well. However, launch day for us, and a few minutes ago we heard Mark Curry at Brands Hatch, the starting point of a high-flying day as he and five-a-side's Liz Roberts take to the sky in Radio 5's bright green helicopter. Well, they're calling it at places all over the UK, delivering Radio 5 flags. So let's see where they are now.
Well, Martin, after quite an amazing journey, first of all by car to Blackbush Airport, then a wonderful helicopter ride once the fog had lifted, and we've landed in Weymouth. We've also grabbed a speedboat, and we've sped along the water, and we're finally at Weymouth Bay, where the UK Windsurfing Championships are taking place, and I'm surrounded by the three current leaders. Explain how it's actually organised, this event.
Well, we have a course which has got like marker buoys all the way around, and we sail around that course. We start, the start is with a boat and another marker buoy, and we have a countdown for 6 minutes, and then on the 6-minute countdown we go off up into the wind, we turn around that buoy, sail off across the wind, and hopefully win the race.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm leading overall at the moment, and, well...
This is why they're not talking to you. Aggressive looks.
Well, no, because they're separated into different classes, and he's a lightweight and I'm a heavyweight, so we're not actually racing each other. Yeah.
Well, I hope the wind gets better, and I'm not being personal. We have here the Radio 5 flag, which I'm asking Mike, who's the organiser, the events organiser.
Thank you very much.
Stick up on the top there. Can you manage that?
Yes, great.
It's not Radio 5 tea towel. I know it looks like it.
No, we're very pleased that you've come down. I'm very sorry we haven't got much wind for you to see, much windsurfing at the moment. But also, we'd like to present you with a little memento of you coming down from the UKBSA. And,
it's glass as well. It's glass.
Don't break it, and thanks very much for coming down.
What do I put in it? Can I drink the seawater here?
Yes, apparently it's a Blue Flag Beach, one of the few in Britain, anyway.
So we're heading off now somewhere. Liz, where are we going?
Well, we're going west. I'm not going to say exactly where. We're going over the border, sort of Welsh way.
Let's have
Give
a
you
few
a clue.
clues.
Cheese sandwich?
And it's definitely not Double Gloucester.
Okay, well, more from Mark and Liz later on in the programme. Maybe the last bank holiday of the summer, everywhere except Scotland, that is. It's not a bank holiday in Scotland. And we'll be checking up on how the bank holiday has been spent in various parts of Britain. We have a report from Northern Ireland later. And we also now, or shortly, will be hearing from our Barnsley correspondents. That's Ian McMillan and Martin Wiley. And for Ian and Martin, the end of August means the end of their summer holes. And we hear from Ian and Martin after this.
They say Asian music is on the move. It certainly is on a Thursday night between 9:30 and 11. Why don't you join me, Danny Chiraji, with Eastern Beat? I'll be talking to Geet the Mega Band. Amrik Manku will be giving us the latest on his video report. And my colleague Mohammed Zahir will be chatting away the issue of unemployment. Are you on the dole? Could you do with a job? Do you need advice? Here's some sound advice. Tune into the #1 million show. That's Eastern Beat, Thursday night, 9:30 till 11.
Hello, Ian. End of August already. It'll soon be the end of the holidays.
I've not seen you for some time, Martin. Have you been away, or do you always dress like that?
What do you mean? It's a good hat, this. It's a beret.
Oh, you've been to France, then?
No, Devon. Woolacombe. There's a beret shop in Woolacombe. It's on the front. But I went to France last year.
I once went to France, and I noticed you could always spot the English people on the beach.
Why was that then, Ian? Pale blue denim bush hats.
Sandals with grey socks.
Suntans in the shape of M&S singlets.
With the ticket-up.
And overdue library books by Clavell, Archer and Cookson.
And Gaza T-shirts.
Stanley Matthews T-shirts where I was.
Where was that? Massive Central, Lot, Quercy?
Woolacombe.
Oh, yeah. I prefer being in England, especially around bank holidays. I mean, they have good holidays banks, don't they?
They certainly do. I mean, there's Easter. You never know what to pack at Easter, though.
Gaza sweatshirt.
Gaza vest.
Gaza gloves.
Gaza duffel coat. One of those with the hood permanently up because of that button on the side that your chapped fingers can't budge.
Ah, makes you cry.
Then there's May Day.
It's more of a distress call than a holiday, that one.
Do you know, Ian, last year the West Mercia Police had to appeal for volunteers.
What, to work with Nick Ross?
No, to form a tailback on the M5 near Tewkesbury on May Day.
Then the Springbank.
But people over 40 always call it Whit Monday. Daft name for a Monday, that, isn't it? Whit.
Well, Martin Kelner's dog's called Alf, and that was born on a Friday.
My point exactly.
Then there's good old August bank holiday, the final dash.
What, to the beach?
No, motorway services. Marvellous places, them, on a bank holiday.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, Ian. So quiet, no traffic moving, you see, and full of interesting people wearing...
blue denim bush hats?
Sandals with grey socks?
Suntans in the shape of M&S singlets.
With the ticket-up.
And Gaza T-shirts.
It's 21 minutes to 7 o'clock.
Hello, I'm Sarah Ward.
And I'm John Briggs.
And every morning from 6:30 to 9, from Monday to Saturday, we'll greet the day.
Set the agenda for events ahead.
Keep you in touch with money matters that affect the pound in your pocket.
Highlighting the happenings in the music world, what's on TV, Radio 5, and the other 4 BBC networks.
All in the morning edition, the brightest look to breakfast from BBC Radio 5.
Of course, being the sports network, there are sports bulletins every half hour and a daily racing preview.
Being the team you choose to start your day, we'll have the latest BBC national and international news with headlines every quarter hour.
From books to property prices, gardening to body care, we'll make sure that the latest facts are at our fingertips. And exclusive to Morning Edition, we'll bring you our city-by-city guides to weather and travel across the British Isles.
Exactly as described, city by city, so you'll know whether to take your coat or what's going to alter your journey into work. Essential information every morning, the Morning Edition from Monday to Saturday.
Every morning they're green, cute and shelled. Not the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, but the Poddington Peas and their very own radio station.
Morning Edition from BBC Radio 5, 693 and 909 AM.
Breakfast with BBC Radio 5.
Starting Tuesday, the 28th of August. I'm John Briggs.
And I'm Sarah Ward on BBC Radio 5's Morning Edition.
Don't leave home without it.